What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I might have to change my identity. Literally. No, I mean metaphorically or metaphysically. Internally. That's what people are recommending you do. If you're struggling in life and you want to get ahead, you might not be the person you need to be to make the change. So, they say a lot of life doesn't come at you, but it comes from you. Life comes from you. You create the life you want, the life of abundance. You can create it from the inside. So I think you have to become more sophisticated and valuable. You have to obtain skills, you have to obtain knowledge, and you have to become the person you need to be. What is it? Jim Rohn said? To become extraordinary, you have to do extraordinary things. So, self improvement might play a role in that, it might be a big part of it. Self improvement. Because if life comes from you, then if you don't have nothing to give, and if you're not sophisticated and you're not valuable, you're not using skills and you're not producing anything valuable or anything of valuable content, then you probably won't get far. Probably it's probably what that is. That they probably mean that life will get better when you get better. It's not just gonna, you're not gonna be able to manifest it and change it. Like, I don't think you can do that. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think you could just become lucky and attract a different abundance. I think you have to become abundant. You have to become abundantly great. And I think it has to do with your self-image too, like your inside your mind and your mindset, your psychology has to change. I think I was kind of shallow for a while. So my life had shallow results, it had negative results because I just was I was selfish, too selfish. I wasn't producing anything. I wasn't growing. I wasn't networking or trying to help people. I wasn't producing anything of value, I was expecting everything. Just thought, you went through life and things would happen, but I wasn't creating anything. I wasn't turning into the person I need to be. But to change my identity, I'm going to have to probably do a few things, I'm going to have to try some stuff. So, try to grow intellectually by reading maybe more. And granted, I've read a lot of things the past 5 years. I've tried to read, well, not a lot, but a lot more. Read a lot more and tried to grow more knowledgeable about some things and try to grow, because I realized I didn't know much, and kind of bad at doing things in life. I'm kind of really bad at seeing things through, and I'm kind of bad at learning. I'm kind of bad at those type of things. I think my big problem was addiction, hedonism, and not seeing life for what it truly is, and not trying to experience it on other levels. So I'm trying to grow emotionally and gain the skills to become better at socializing, to build relationships with people, meaningful relationships. I chase after so many hedonistic things, and it's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with it. I think a lot of some of the biggest people in history have probably had those same problems. They've gone through the same things where they've struggled with pleasure. The philosophers have talked about it, struggling. The hedonic treadmill, and they've talked about it like just pleasure, pain factor. Too much pleasure can cause pain. So I focused on growing. I focused on reading more. I'm trying to read more and learn more about my psychology, my mindset, how to be more sociable, how to be more flirtatious with women, to pick up a woman but my natural position, or my natural, feels like my natural place is to be reserved and detached from everybody. I don't feel like I want to interact with people due to the fact that I've been, I guess, cheated on and walked on, walked all over. But I'm trying to build a better foundation, so that doesn't happen. I want to build a better life. That's the goal. Because this isn't the life I want. So to get the life I want, I have to become the person I need to be. Change my identity. It's a weird concept. I never heard about this too much before. I've heard people that say that you got to change. You have to change the way you are, your behavior, and your habits. And I guess that might play a factor into changing your identity too, because your identity has a couple different factors that make you who you are. You believe this thing and you behave this way and you have this attitude. But that's a complicated thing too, to understand your identity and who you are and who you identify as. But it comes into play with your behavior and your character, your beliefs, I think. And so I want to change it. I want to become somebody different, but I think there's just some things that really hard to let go of, really hard to let go of. And it's hard. I think it's really hard to change some things after a lifetime of habit, a lifetime of behavior. It's to break those bonds, to let go of some of those ways, is super hard, I think. And to be disciplined enough to dial it in. It seems really hard with certain things, because it's like psychological things. So to change subconsciously or unconscious things inside of you and your behavior that's tied to that, it's really hard. But they also have that thing where they talk about neuroplasty. So after a couple days of practicing, or a couple weeks, brain chemistry can change and you can become different. You can think differently about things. I think I've done it before. I just didn't notice it too much. It's not like something I can really notice that good. Some people are really good at noticing psychological behavior and analyzing it, but not me. I'm not aware of that kind of stuff. I can kind of imagine it. It's hard for me to see. It's hard for me to understand behavior and emotions and feelings, because It's a vague concept, It's like it's not practical. It's not really. It's just it's an idea, feelings and emotions, and how we deal with them, and where they come from, and what to do with them. But it's interesting and intriguing. So I feel like I might be able to change into the person I need to be, but I'm struggling with some concept, some kind of concept. I'm struggling with some deep-seated things, I think, and to uproot them seems kind of difficult. To change, some deep stuff. I think there's deep-seated insecurity in childhood, neglect, trauma, and pain that's probably been there for a long time that I didn't know how to deal with and let go. I think I've tried to let it go. I think I've tried to let it go before, and I've tried to apologize to my kid inside and say, look, it's not your fault, or talk to him and say it's not your fault, because there's that kid inside you that got hurt as a kid, so you got to try to comfort him to let go of that part of you. There could be that kid that got hurt because he was neglected and done something bad happened to him when he was a kid, and then to heal him, they say if you heal that part of you, you can let go of that. It can help you become a better person, become more healthy. So, worked on that. I think there's something else in there, some other insecurity or shame. So,